being made to the facility. Unfortunately, our training department, our team was not able to be with us today for this forum. But if you have any questions, we do have a representative from our department, Mr. Sidney Wilkins, here to answer any questions that you may have. Thank you.
Okay, let me just apologize. I know we need to talk louder because this is competing with the dining room hour. We just wanted to make sure we captured everybody at one good time, so we don't want to stop the food process, but we will. Can you all hear me? Do we need to speak up a little louder? No? Yes? Maybe so? Okay. So, Ms. Kendra did identify something here on the board. These are about some things that we are working on doing and how we're going to make progress towards those things. You said Mr. Sidney is coming? Okay. So we're going to open up the floor for questions. Let me answer one question that's already been asked. This particular open mic is not about food, not talking about anything but capital improvements, building issues, things like that, questions that are related to the facility itself. We will have a separate meeting with Chef Quentin regarding food. I have taken your comments and suggestions out of the suggestions box, and we will address that at a different day. Is that okay with you all? All right, we have another mic. Nicole, can you help me with the mic? Okay, questions. We have a question here. You sure, Harvey? Okay.
Yeah, my name's Harvey Levitt, and I'm with the I'm also the president of the board. And my question is a couple of folks, but one is I didn't hear anything about the swimming pool or the locker rooms that service the swimming pool. Are there any capital improvements for those projects?
So these are the 2018 investments. The swimming pool is not on here. The swimming pool were a part of the 2017 capital improvement investments. Sidney Wilkins has had an update on one of those items, and we're working with Dream. Today is a BOC meeting. So we have put out a lot of emails this morning, inquiring yesterday, just in preparation for today. So we don't have an answer regarding the locker room, the 2017. And hey, Mr. Levitt, how are you? We'll be able to follow up with you via email and through Ms. Hudson.
Hey, good afternoon. Okay, in regards to your pool, in regards to the pool deck, actually, we're going to start working now August the 8th. The guys will be installing down new concrete on your pool deck, as well as your pool will be drained, and actually there will be a new plaster surface that will be installed as well. The current swim lift, handicap lift that is attached to the pool, that will be removed, and we'll be bringing in a new AED unit as well. So that work should start, and we're looking at a completion date of September the 10th. So your pool area should look nice and new for you. Yes, ma'am.
What about the pool filter system? Because that's why we haven't been able to use it now.
Yes, ma'am. We are aware of that, and we are actually currently working on that now to have that done at your facility and some of the other facilities as well. So
is that tied in with the other renovations?
No, ma'am. That's something totally different. So hopefully we'll get that started pretty soon.
Any other questions?
Any other questions? Told us in the past that the 2017 budget included the lockers that service both bathrooms that service the swimming pool. Are there any mention of new lockers?
Yes, there are mentioned new lockers. Actually, we do have a sample of the type of lock that's going to be on those lockers. We just had that shipped in from California. And the type of lockers that you will be getting would be the type of lockers where it will be rust resistant. It'll be a pretty, I can't recall the name of the material, but it's going to be a very nice looking locker. I've seen it, so we are working on that. That's what Mr. Diesel was speaking of. So we're trying to work and getting that in as soon as possible. But you will be getting new lockers.
All right, I do have one last question. I am a frequent user of the pool over the last 5 years, and it looks like we repeatedly work on the deck. In the last 5 years, it's been replaced twice, along with the plaster of the pool. Is there any reason, are we practicing, or why do we continue to work on the deck and the plaster?
Well, sir, that's an answer I can't respond to, but right now, basically what we're doing, we're trying to get it right. So hopefully this time, the application that we'll be putting down will be the correct one, and it'll last for a number of years.
And I wanted to say, as Ms. Kendra, Ms. Lavisa said, as far as the pool is concerned, those were patch-ups. They're replacing, they're installing, replastering the entire pool, the deck. Your health and fitness coordinator has sat down with members of those teams and picked out samples of things that we want. So this is new and improved. It's not a Band-Aid. It's not them playing like something is going to get done. These are experts. And again, as Sydney said, the start date for that will be August 8th. Total rehaul. Okay.
Hi, just a clarification, because I believe I heard, and Dr. Rochelle had told us 10 months ago, that the locker rooms will be upgraded for ADA compliance. Do we have a timeline or a start date for that?
We do not have a timeline right now. We want to make sure that when we do give you a timeline, that we, the Department of Senior Services, in conjunction with our county partner, DREAM, we'll be able to make good on that date and explain to you if there is anything that goes outside of that time frame. So when we're confident of when that time will begin, we'll give it to you. But we don't want to give you any inaccurate information today. But thank you for that question.
Is there any thought about installing a slip-resistant floor in the locker room?
Yes, that is part of the scope of work for a non-slip coating to be applied in the locker rooms as well as on your pool deck. So all that should be installed with that once the work begins.
In addition to that, we did talk about, some of you made suggestions about extractors for your swimwear. That's a part of the safety piece. They have approved that, and again, that should be a part of that whole renovation of the locker room. Just can't give you a date today. But the extractors will go in both the male and female locker rooms. That's for your swimwear. It will dry and take the water out of your swimwear, so we don't have to hang them over the railings and all down the hallway on Martha's chair. You know, we don't want to do that. So we have extractors that will be implemented. Any other questions? Okay. Okay.
Can you explain that chart from back here? I can only see a red dot, and, you know, going up to 100%. Can you explain to me what that means?
Yes, our goal is to mark our successes and dream successes as we install. So anytime one of these projects is completed, our team here will fill in this thermometer, and once we get to 100, it will be an indicator that we've achieved a successful installation of all these projects. The first project is install ADA compliant auto door openers. The second one is, all of these were mentioned by Ms. Clayton, but it's the sidewalk, carpeting, split system units, 120-gallon hot water heater, 100-gallon hot water heater, and 50-gallon hot water heater. And the last three are replacements. So this will be placed at the very front of all of our facilities, including this one up front. So you'll be able to track our progress. and be a part of our successes here as we improve this facility. This is 2018. Well, we're here to talk about the 2018. Of course, we have a new director. Dr. Rochelle came on board after 2017 started. So our goal this year is to launch the facilities that advance customer experience. We're still working with Dream to make sure that those to make sure that the 2017 capital improvements are available. But today, we wanted to give you an update on the investments this year for 2018. Any other questions?
Yes, I'll stand up so you can see me. Hey, thank you all for all you're doing, and staff here at Benson, we really like these guys. They do a good job for us.
They are great.
They are.
Yes.
And I know you guys are doing the best you can to help us have good facilities. My wife and I have been swimming here for probably 7 years. And so we observed, like in the swimming pool, the painting that's been done, and the deck, being resurfaced and then sanded down, things like that. It seems like somebody needs to inspect better afterwards, because I've been a painter, so I can't help but notice when there's paint on the wall that was on the deck and it's on the wall, and it just stays that way. And then there was spilled concrete on the railing inside for quite a while, and before you pay the guys, whoever does it, it seems like they should be inspected, make sure the job is done well. So that's just one suggestion. And you can say something you want to. I'm just gonna go ahead.
No, that's a very good point. Mr. Wilkins and I have been talking. I'll let him chime in on our observations of not just this facility, but the opportunity that we have to improve all of our pools. We were implementing a quarterly inspection through a third-party consultant. That's our goal, to kind of give us some neutral feedback, to support what we're getting through our contractor, to make sure the work is what the county desires to deliver to our customers. Mr. Wilkins, you want to talk any more about the paint?
Yes, sir. So basically, some of the applications that were applied, I'm not sure if it was the appropriate application, but that's what we're working now, is to get the best application for you guys. So you want to experience this to happen more recent than it has been. So we're just hoping that now this time around, it'll be the perfect fit for you guys and y'all will be happy.
Well, I'm really actually talking about not the application, but the way it was done. The poor quality, and I wouldn't pay the contractors until I'd inspected it. Then I'd pay them the final, draw on it. Like there was paint on the walls that was supposed to, it was from the deck, it was on the walls, and there was spilled concrete on the railing. So that's one issue, and I don't, you guys can deal with that.
I understand. So, well, what we're basically doing, our Dream department is the ones that normally would do the inspecting, so I would definitely take this back to them in regards to you guys' concerns and our concerns as well, because the main thing we want you guys to be pleased with the work that was done here at your facility. So I would definitely, and myself, a decent rest of the staff, we'll take it back to our Dream department and make sure that.
And the second thing is just maintenance. It seems like we wait until things break instead of having like your car, you have a regular maintenance schedule. You have a little light on our dash that comes up and says service engine. It's not just having a maintenance schedule, but it's somebody to oversee it and make sure things like this filter that, filter, the sand is going to need to be changed on a regular basis, and somebody have that written down and follow that up so that we don't get, have the filter changed on a Saturday after the pool's down instead of the middle of the week, and then we're out for a week and we can't swim. So it seems like just a written schedule and somebody to implement that would be helpful.
I'm sorry, what's your last name again?
Nelson.
Mr.
Nelson.
Perfect. Mr. Nelson, this is the first year where we implemented a maintenance week for the department. We will be doing that every single quarter. We may have to expand it to 2 weeks, but the exact same things, and it sounds like from your past industry, your expertise, this is something that we know that needs to occur, preventive maintenance to walk through, and I'm going to let Mr. Wilkins give you some insight on what, things that we're looking at. The last quarter was the very first time that we did do that. So we are starting that.
Good. Thank you.
Okay.
The gentleman that was just speaking, why can't we just use him as a consultant?
He is our subject matter expert for the department, Sidney Wilkins. Mr. Wilkins was actually at the Camp Druid facility until 10:30 last night because of some sewage challenges. So he's wonderful. He does provide oversight to our partner Dream, who does great work as well, and then provides oversight to the contracts too. So we need to clone him.
Yeah, just so you all know, for the ones who may have just started, ones who've been here for years, when the facility first opened, I was the aquatics person. So I used to run your pool here and the other three for our department. So I'm familiar with the pools as well, and that's what we're trying to do, is to get it right with our drain department and our contractors. So you guys don't have to experience this, because I know how it is. I've been in the water since I was 14 years old. I taught swimming, lifeguard, and all of that. So I know what it's like not to be in the water. Okay.
I too am a fish out of water, so I understand. Yeah.
Do I understand correctly that both the locker rooms and the pool will be out of commission for a little over a month? Is that correct?
Based on...
Yes, so yeah, once the, now I don't know how, you may want to answer that.
So we just had a meeting on yesterday to discuss tentative dates and the start date for the contractor. We want to make it where so it's less impactful on you all and your service, but the type of work that's being done, of course, we need that area clear. So we're anticipating August 8th and possibly the end of September. That means the pool will possibly be closed at least a month or maybe more. But, and I know that sounds funny or crazy and you're not happy about it, but what we should be happy about is the fact that while the pool is closed, they are fixing these things that we've been talking about, especially the replastering of the pool, the locker rooms as far as the floor, the deck, it extends into the locker rooms. And again, experts have to come out and make sure these things are done correctly and go back and test everything afterwards. So there is a possibility you guys have not received any notice from me. Nothing's been posted, nothing's been sent out because we want to confirm those dates before you all get that information. Some of you may have heard some things already. I'm going to suggest moving forward, anything you hear that has not been posted, sent out by me or the lead staff here, just take it with a grain of salt and ask to see me. I'm only going to give you information that I know for sure. I don't want to guess anything. I don't want to upset anyone, but I also want to give the team their due diligence, because sometimes we can't put an accurate time frame on anything. Safety is our #1 quality. That's what we look for. We try to make sure you're safe, the staff is safe, and whatever the job is, if it takes a little longer, we want it done right. So to answer your question, it's a possibility that our pool may be closed for a month or more. Yes. The job that's being done first will include the pool area, and they're going into the locker rooms. Please don't misquote me. I didn't say anything about the lockers as of today, but the locker rooms will be closed for the project that's going on right now.
Is there any way to coordinate the locker installation the same time that the pool is going to be closed?
You are a smart lady. That would be wonderful. We are working hard to try to coordinate every possible way of not keeping that pool closed. Again, I can't answer questions regarding the lockers themselves, but I do know the locker rooms will be closed because work is being done in there. I promise you, myself, the staff here, as well as our staff outside of here, we do not want to keep those services down no longer than we have to. Another thing we are doing, the health and fitness department, led by Nicole, we're looking for alternatives of things that you can do. Mr. Harvey has given an open invitation to come to his pool at his house. He didn't tell me to do that. We probably have to schedule that, right? But rest assured that's, we do want to make sure that you get what you need. So we're going to reach out to the community. We're going to see what we can do. We're going to give you some numbers, resources that we can possibly do to make sure you don't miss out on that very important feature of your fitness in the pool. But I do want to say this, coming up very, very soon, by the end of this year, going into next year, once the pool is open and together and everything's back to normal, we have a whole new set of programs that are coming that you are going to really, really love. So in order for us to move with new programs, the pool has to be right. Right, Sidney? All right. So, yes.
And are there known contractors ready to go to work on?
All of these projects are a result of a consultant that Fulton County through Dream used called Faithful and Gould. So they assessed all of the facilities in the county, priced it out. Our team in Dream had to look at the available funds to do all these projects and phase them out over time. So are the contractors ready? That's some of the challenges that any department will face when it comes to putting something out for bid, and then we have to wait for that process to have its way. We may not have takers, vendors who qualify, so that could cause a delay. Sometimes they have to go back out on the street. So the answer to your second question, are contractors ready for all the projects? Some of these are still in the procurement process. We have them ready and to go from Faithful and Gould because we know this is priority and these items need to be done. And so they will be done, but then the next step is getting the experts in, the contractors who are qualified and able to perform the work.
Right, if they have not been bid out yet, August 8th will not happen.
Oh, are you talking about the pools?
Yes.
That project is stamped, ready to be delivered. We met with the contractor yesterday, along with Fulton County's team. That's where we came up with the date. And my take was, let's go ahead and do it as soon as possible. So that's why we're coming. That's where we got the date, August 8th. That's ready to go. That's the replastering and the deck.
My response was for all of the 2018.
If you see a project is not coming online quick enough, do you ever have the ability to offer the contractor hours where it could work longer or work 24/7 or anything like that?
Mr. Levitt, I don't feel comfortable answering that question. That's something that deals directly through purchasing, as you know, in Dream.
And one of the things we did look at, and may not be directly answering your questions, we talked with the contractor, which I think is a very good thing, is to make sure that the time frame, even the hours that they can be here, we're making sure that the work that they're doing while the center is open, they're going to be here. We talked about as early as 7 a.m. in the morning and working to 5 p.m. That's throughout the whole day. Even though you all will be coming for other activities, we have looked at everything that could possibly affect you, and they have assured us that you can continue with other things while they're working. So we extended those hours daily. They're here Monday through Friday. That was what the contractor said, and they're going to try to do as best as they can, as fast as they can. But right, quality is what we're looking for. Any other questions? Anybody have any questions other than the pool? I don't want us to miss the big, the good news is that there are monies that are put in place to improve all of our centers. That means the county is taking pride in making sure that the building comes up to par. You should not want to go anywhere that's not conducive for you or anybody else. So I think that's a good thing. Monies always usually are the first questions. And they take the commissioners and whoever else is involved in that, they've taken time to figure out what are the priorities. We are working hard. They're working hard, and I just want to ask for your patience and your understanding. Know that we're going to give you honest answers. We're not going to give you any false hopes, and whatever I tell you is coming from the people who know what's going on. I know we have a tendency to listen to each other, but some of that information may not always be accurate. Please direct your questions to a staff member so we can give you accurate information. Any other questions? Concerns? Yes? No? Go ahead, ask. Come on.
I was just going to ask if there's anything being done like with the lighting and stuff, since we have plays now. Anything with the lighting?
Since we've had a big theatrical performance here, my question just has to do with if there are any plans for enhancing anything about our audio system, our lighting, anything like that associated with the center.
And to answer your questions, that's something that we're looking at. It's not a part of capital improvements, but that we are looking at those areas, how we can make it better, the sound system, the lighting. And again, we submit to our bosses to see what's approved. And yes, we are talking about those things. Those of you that didn't get a chance to come to the play the other day, you missed a great play that was performed by our group, our drama class. If you're here, please give them a hand. They did a wonderful job. Any other questions?
Do you have any plans in the foreseeable future for improving the parking?
The parking, I was like, can I get out of this meeting about the parking deck? Did you say we were building a parking deck? Oh no, she didn't say that. I'm kidding, Lisa. The parking, well, we've had people, this is the activity with the parking. Commissioners, county manager, our director, they're all familiar with the fact that we have a parking issue. And it's a good problem because we have programs that people want to knock the doors down to get in and come to. This is not only happening here, but also at the other centers. We are working on trying to figure out how we can maneuver the space that we have. We've had experts on the Fulton County team to go out and survey the land, ask around how we can park in other areas, how that would look, what ADA requirements we can have. So that is being looked at. I'm not sure. We're not getting the parking deck on top, so that's an out. I know we were wishing for that. I did put it in a comment, but they said no to that. But they are looking at how we can better serve you in the parking lot. Because I know on some days it's hard to get here. Right now, our only solutions is overflow at the Masonic Temple across the street. We worked out a deal with them. And the staff usually will park in other areas so you all can have the important areas for parking. Sorry about that deck. Okay. Any other questions? No? I do want to thank the team from downtown, Ms. Lisa, Sydney, Ms. Kendra. This is her first presentation. She's still standing. Good job. Thank you all for coming up. Mr. Dwayne is in the corner over here. Again, we don't have to wait to a meeting. If you have concerns, I always direct you to write your comments and concerns down and place them in the suggestion box. Does everybody know what that suggestion box is? Anybody not know? Okay, so you can tell me, you can tell the staff, you can tell each other, but we take those comments out, we make copies of it, we share it, so we can make sure we are addressing whatever your needs are. And it's okay to put a compliment in there too. Just want to throw that out. Okay? Anybody else have a question? Okay? We thank you all for coming for the meeting. And any questions, any information that I receive moving forward, you will receive it. Postings, we're going to send out calls, and if you want to have a moment to talk with me about it, I'll be sure to share whatever I can with you. Have a great evening. Sorry to disturb your lunch.